Hey everybody, it's Nate from blendversity.com. Welcome to my laboratory, my office, aka my dining room. Today I'm going to show you a full content free video on how to make salsa in your blender the wrong way and the right way. Now I'm just going to tell you how you make it the wrong way. First of all, even in your recipe book, here is a recipe book from Vitamix. They sort of coach you the wrong way. As you can see, up close, that says place 6 of the tomato quarters, onion, jalapeno, cilantro, and lemon juice, all that stuff into the blender and you turn it up. Now if you put all of your ingredients, the tomato, the garlic, the onion, the cilantro, whatever you're putting in there, it doesn't really matter. If you're putting it all in at once, that is the wrong way to do it. Now why? If I put in everything at once and drop it in there, in order to break this garlic down, jalapeno, onion, anything I'm putting in there, I'm going to have to turn on my blender and I'm going to have to turn it up to a high speed. When you turn it up to a high speed, what is that going to do to your tomatoes? Simply put, it's going to take your tomatoes, your cilantro, all your ingredients, it's going to break it down to a consistency that's too fine to be called salsa. Now garlic is an essential ingredient in salsa, but it needs to be broken down very well. But if you stay on a low speed so you don't turn your tomatoes into a salsa soup, then you have big chunks. I bet you don't get raw garlic into your diet often enough. There's so many wonderful health benefits. Some studies show it helps you sleep better at night. But that's probably because you sleep by yourself, but either way. So now that I went over how to make it the wrong way, now I'm going to show you exactly how to make it the correct way and how making it is much cheaper than buying salsa, even in a worst case scenario. Alright, first things first, let's deal with the lemon or the lime juice that you put in. I like lime better than lemon for salsas. And what you do is you cut it in half, and I like to cut little slits into my lime just like that, cut as many as you want, but that helps to get most of the juice out quickly. So that way you can take the lime, and an easy way to do it is just take it, push it against the container, and squeeze it. Very simple way to not have to use any extra tools, not get the lime juice all over your hands. You can see here, it gets most of the juice out of the lime, so you're not wasting, and it puts a fair amount of lime juice into your container, which is a great start for the base of your salsa. There's tons of skin on this garlic, and we don't want to spend time peeling it. So the first way is going to be putting it right into the blender. So put your top on, put it on the slowest speed. You can see the garlic there has some skin. I'm going to turn on just variable speed 1. You can do higher if you like. You don't have to be too picky, but on a slow speed, the blades are actually just going to hit the peel of a garlic right off. So let's do it and see how it works. Like that, turn it up a little, and stop. Like that, the blades completely took the garlic off of the skin. So this is one trick not too many people know about, and look at that garlic. You can see the skin's on there. The bigger, the wider the knife, the easier it is. You're just going to put it on there and you're going to pound it. That's it. You're just going to create a little separation. Alright, so one quick tip I want to give you is to actually drop the garlic in on the highest speed. That way garlic will never sneak underneath the blades. Simply go up to the very highest speed and blend your garlic. With your machine still on high, drop in the cilantro and mince it as well. This is also where you throw in your jalapeno or any other peppers that you want. It doesn't take much onion, so use very little. Throw in your spices. I use a little sea salt, Southwest, and a little bit of ground cumin. The important part here is to not overblend your tomatoes unless you want more of a salsa sauce. You can see the machine is not circulating the tomatoes right now, so you'll need a little tamper tool. I'll grab the tamper the blender stick to help circulate it, help get some of it off the walls. And right now you're about done. But if you do want beans, corn, anything similar to that in your salsa, add it in at the very end and give it a quick stir. I'll show you with the corn. A real quick tip is to actually pulse your blender. Now if you don't have a pulse on your machine, it's okay. This one does. But if you don't, turn your machine to a middle speed and just turn it off and on, and that's all you have to do to pulse it. Alright, so quickly here we're going to do a little play-by-play on the uncut version of salsa just to help you comprehend it without so much cuts and tips in between. So first things first, put in your lime juice, squeeze it all in there, then make sure you turn your machine on to the very highest speed and drop in your garlic. Follow that up with some cilantro, and then you can turn your machine down just a little bit to drop in your onion, depending on how big or small you want it. Follow that up with some spices. I just use the sea salt, the ground cumin, blended up spice. You can use a Mrs. Dash, really doesn't matter, whatever you like to do. Now the important part here is to turn your machine down to the slowest speed and drop in your tomatoes. Now, not every blender has a variable speed 1, right? So no matter what blender you have, you can put your tomatoes in when it's off. Just turn your machine off, drop in the tomatoes, and then use a Tamperla blender stick and just, turn your machine on, off, and it just similarly stirs it when you do that. And that's how you can get around that with a blender that doesn't have a variable speed. And last but not least, throw in your corn, your beans. If you're making a pineapple salsa or a mango salsa, go ahead and throw that in on the slowest speed, and you can pulse it a couple times and break up your mango, your pineapple, your corns and beans, and that's all there is to it. Now it tastes better. You can customize it to your own likings with the mango, the pineapple, extra spice, jalapeno. It's healthier. It's fresh as salsa gets. It's save money, easy cleanup, and of course, it's fun. So I hope you liked my video. If you didn't, just act like you do. Nah, I'm just kidding. But if you did like my video, please share it with your friends. They take a ton of time to make and edit these videos, so take some time and go to youtube.com and subscribe to my channel, Blendiversity. The more people that watch these videos or subscribe, the more motivated I will be to make more videos. Also, whether we have a Vitamix, a Blendtec, a $20 blender, no blender at all, visit my website, Blendiversity.com. I have a free newsletter there. And I apologize in advance, I only send out 3 to 4 emails a year, but when I do, I'll be sending some emails that include awesome recipes or experiments, freebies, maybe a free superfood, free protein, free container, some other surprises on there. And don't forget about Facebook. I'm also starting out on Facebook too. Type in Blendiversity and just click like. They're all free. They all just take a minute and you never have to do it again and you won't regret it. So I hope to see you soon.